Well, we got to talk and start with the man of the hour. Um, Freaking Brock Purdy. It's unbelievable what this little dude accomplished. I say little, he's probably taller than me. But he just seems small out there. Last pick of the draft, he comes out. His stat line's nothing, amazing. The plays, the eye test, right? And this is kind of what has made Brock Purdy Brock Purdy. Why did he go where he went in the draft? Because the eyes deceive you. It's just the truth of the matter. You don't see the whole story with Brock. But, if you're looking at measurables and like height and weight and arm strength and like it's not there. It leaves so much to be wanting. However, when the when the ball is snapped, when the ball is snapped, it's entertainment. It's pure entertainment. Sean, he messaged me, and I appreciate this, and I've added it to the queue for this week. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. He said, "How did Purdy's game rank in NFL history of rookie quarterbacks' first starts?" Yeah, it's something I couldn't do the research during the game. I was doing all my notes for the thing. I've got to look into that, and I don't know the answer. This was his first start. We've been talking about it for 2 weeks now. He's unreal. Okay, his stat line, okay? 16 of 21, 185 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions with 134 quarterback rating. That's pretty dang good. Now let's compare because you got to. You can't tell the story of Brock without talking about good old Tom Brady. Tim Brady. 34 for 55. He threw the ball 55 times. It's not a recipe to win. I think they're 0-6 now, the Bucks. Anytime Tom Brady throws the ball over 40 times. So there you go. You can add that on there. Tom Brady threw for 253 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions with a 63.7 rating. There were no sacks this game. We got close. I really felt the one pass where Bosa got him and Brady just kind of throws it out last minute. There's a reason why Brady doesn't get sacked very often. He throws the ball away so stinking much. But man, I thought that knee was there. I thought the knee was down. They didn't review it. But yeah, it's interesting. The offensive line's held up. There were a lot of injuries on both sides. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit. Jack, what's up, my good friend? Thank you for the gift. He says, fully admit I was not expecting to put up points like that, and Purdy was so fun to watch. Jack was one of the people that immediately reached out to me. We talk a lot on Twitter about how he was feeling down and how he wasn't feeling great about, kind of the whole year after Jimmy went down. We all were there. But Jack has come full circle in 1 week. I love it. He goes on to say Seahawks falling again, should clinch Thursday. That's right. In case you didn't know, Seahawks lost at home to the Carolina Panthers without Christian McCaffrey, 30-24. They're not a good team. They are not a good team. And so the 49ers, basically, you win next week, you clinch the NFC West. Not like hypothetically or anything like that. No. You win next week, the 49ers won the NFC West. It's over. It's over. If we look at just the NFC standings now, the Eagles, they're 12-1. Kind of out of it, right? So I think that first round bye, it's gone. You've got the Vikings at 10-3. You got the 49ers at 9-4. Now, here's what's interesting because we didn't play the Vikings this year, right? So because of that, you have to look at conference schedule or conference record. We have a better conference record than they do. We're 7-2, they're 6-3. So with that, if we just have the same record, we would get that 2 seed if it was just between us two. But I think that the overall thing is this. The conversation has changed from, and rightfully so, what do we got to do to make the playoffs? I think that hurdle's been cleared. I think the 49ers are in. To, okay, let's win the division. I feel like that's almost a foregone conclusion anyway, because I think the 49ers could almost back into an NFC West championship. To now we're fighting for that number 2 seed, and it is beyond reach. I mean, it's right there. You just reach out and grab that bad boy. So currently, here's the seedings if the playoffs were right now. Okay. One Eagles, two Vikings, three 49ers, four Tampa Bay. They're still winning their division with the 6-7 record. Anyway, fifth seed, first wild card is the Cowboys. They're 10-3. Sixth seed is the Commanders, who we play in 2 weeks. They are 7-5-1. And seventh seed is the New York Giants, 7-5-1 as well. The Seattle Seahawks are the first team to fall out. And so if the playoffs were right now, the 49ers would be hosting. So the 2 seed plays the 7, the 3 plays the 6 because the first seed gets a bye. We would be playing the Commanders, and we're going to get to see what that looks like. I want the Giants. I think they're the worst team. I don't think they're going to make it. Um, Lions are a possibility. They're basically a game out, a game and a half out because of the tie. So there's a couple possibilities there, but you want the 2 seed because that gives you an extra home game. And it's within reach. It's within reach. But who are you afraid of in the playoffs? Literally, the only team would be the Eagles. I'm not afraid of the Vikings. They're terrible. Bucks, are you kidding me? 35-7. Hello. Cowboys, almost like Cowboys are good when they're on, but they're the Cowboys. Terribly coached, don't make good choices on the field. Like they literally jeopardize their own thing. Commanders, we'll see. NFC's down. I can tell you one thing. You ask those teams, all those teams I just mentioned in the NFC, hey, who do you not want to play in the playoffs? Go ahead, speaking to the mic. Every single one of them is going to say 49ers and the Eagles. This is a 2-horse race, ladies and gentlemen. You have your third string quarterback coming in to take over. How many of those games do you expect to win? Mine was 3. Mine was 3. Nobody expected Brock to be that. And I'll be the first one to tell you, whenever I did my draft write up on Brock Purdy, I didn't like it at all. I didn't have him making the 53-man roster. But me, Brock, just to so many people like me, he proving them wrong. There's something there we missed. There is something there we missed. I missed. I was wrong. I was big time wrong. Yeah. So let me pose this question to everybody in the chat. Thank you, Mr. Nestor. There's 4 games left on this schedule. How many games do you expect the 49ers to win with Brock Purdy at the helm? It's pretty easy. How should I say this? Confident is what every single person in this room should feel right now. When was the last time we saw a performance like that at the quarterback position? Here's Akash put this out there. And again, my stance is always the same. Who's the 49ers quarterback? That's my favorite quarterback, okay? That's what it is. This is not to throw shade at another quarterback. But listen to this stat. I didn't come up with this. This was Akash. He does a great job, by the way. More Brock Purdy now has the same amount of 20-plus yard throws outside the numbers for touchdowns as Jimmy Garoppolo does with the 49ers. He did that in the first half. In one half of play, Brock Purdy tied Jimmy Garoppolo through every single game he's ever played with the 49ers on 20-yard passes outside the numbers. So the phrase or the question that I brought up was, when was the last time we saw this? I don't know. I don't know. Is it a small sample size? Yes. Are we getting ahead of ourselves? Yes. We're called fans. We're fanatics. Embrace the celebration, baby. Right? What do we call these things? The post-game shows. Therapy or celebration? We should be freaking celebrating. Yeah, run wild with it, man. And yeah, I have no problems with overhyped fans based off of what we just saw. That's exactly where you should be. I love where we're at.